high price for a memory card, but it definitely is worthy of that price because of how hard it is to find. Very, very cool memory card, guys. I was very happy to finally find one of those. That's awesome. Alright, and then most of the games were disc only, but they did come in a CD case. I took them all out of it so it's easier to show you guys. But this is just a basic, CD binder. But there's that. Tyler, you can go ahead and show your games first just because you have more complete ones and everything than the ones I'll show. But anyways, you can go ahead and start with those.
I'll show 2 disc onlys here. Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Greatest hits, but it's not too bad shape. It's got a little bit of scratching, but not bad.
And then we got Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six 3. It's got Blockbuster stickers all over it.
They always did that. The rental stores always did all that with their frickin' games. I'm not sure, you can't get those off, obviously. It'll just ruin the disc, so you just gotta leave them on there. But anyways, not too bad shape otherwise.
Then we got 3 in-case ones.
Yep.
GTA Vice City.
Very nice shape. I think that's just got the manual. I don't think it's got the poster in there, but disc is in very nice shape, so that was cool.
Finally got a complete one of this. We've been looking for this one for a while.
I'm pretty sure we don't have that one, right? Is that?
Unless it's a different one, but...
Anyways, yeah, I don't know if I have that one exactly. They had several of these different, variants to it and stuff, but if I already have this one, oh well. But if I don't, then we finally found a complete one, but...
Monster Jam?
Pretty good shape. The disc is a little scratched up, but I mean, it still played just fine, so... But there's that one, complete, so that's very cool.
And this one is just a disc.
But it's very nice because I am going to keep this one because it's a pretty hard to find disc, or just game in general. I'll put it in a CD case and keep the PS2 case that it came in just because, it doesn't really need to take up a big space on the incomplete shelf with the big PS2 case. But that is a very cool game that we found.
And that is Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge.
Yeah. It's a very hard to find game. Tyler, you looked them up a couple of times, right?
Yeah.
You found maybe 4 or 5 of them that were sold, and they were all complete ones. And how much was it?
There was a couple that sold for 20. I think there was one that sold for 25. There was a couple that were really nice condition, got sold for 25, but the other 2 were 20. Nothing lower than 20. So. Yeah,
that's really cool. So that was a very nice bonus to find. I know it's disc only, but if I find a case and manual somewhere, that's a pretty hefty piece right there. It's a pretty uncommon game, I'd say.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
But I actually played it for 15 minutes, and it was actually really fun. I beat the first chapter, and it was really fun.
It looked like a fun game. It's it's like a roam around, beat 'em up. It scrolls around, you change screens, and I don't know how to explain it.
It's kind of like if you ever played Silent Hill or those games where it follows you don't move with the camera. The camera's set in one position, you walk on that screen.
Yeah, it's like that style. So very cool, very nice style game. That's pretty cool. Alright, and then I've got a stack of disc onlys here that I'll show that were all in the CD binder, but, I'm going to go ahead and just show them. I took them all out because it'd be easier for me to show you guys. Anyways, we've got here Game Shark 2 game codes for PlayStation 2. It's a black disc, which I didn't know they made black discs for PS2. I knew they made blue ones, which leads me into this, and that is a Game Shark disc as well. And I think this is for the PS1. Or if not PS2, but that one is a blue disc, which is interesting. So there's that. There was 2 Game Shark discs in there, so that accommodates with that Game Shark memory stick. So that's very, very cool. And then there's 2 games here that I'll show real quick that do not work. They are heavily scratched. One I'll get resurfaced because I don't have it. I'll keep it after I resurface it just because it's worth getting a disc only of it for now and having a nice resurfaced copy of it. And the other one I don't really need to resurface because it's not really that high of a price game, and plus I already own it, so it's not that big a deal, which is this one, and that is Need for Speed High Stakes. It's got Hollywood Video rental stickers all over the front. It's pretty ruined. I mean, the back's got laser rings all the way around it, so it's not worth messing with. But then this other one that I want to get resurfaced is Tenchu 2, Birth of the Stealth Assassins. But that would be a pretty nice one to get resurfaced and hang on to as a disc only until I find a complete one or complete it myself, whatever. And then the rest of these are all games that are pretty nice shape. They don't need resurface, they worked. And there's a few in here that I will keep from this stack, but I'll get to them as I, I'll show you them as I get to them. First one here is 007, The World Is Not Enough. Very nice shape. 007, Tomorrow Never Dies. Pretty good shape as well. Centipede. Die Hard Trilogy 2. Driver 2, Disc 2. That's pretty useless unless you have the first one, but who knows, I'll figure something out with it. Gran Turismo 2, arcade mode. I guess you could play arcade if you wanted. I mean, it's supposed to have 2 discs, but whatever. You got Medal of Honor Underground. Then this one I'll hang on to for sure. It's pretty uncommon. That is Rising Zan, the Samurai Gunman. If I don't drop it first. I freak out when I drop the disc, so I don't want to ruin it, you know, and make it more worse condition than it is. This one's Rogue Trip. It's kind of like a Twisted Metal type game. Really cool looking one. That's pretty cool. Hang on to that for sure. Then we got Siphon Filter 1. Siphon Filter 2. Disc 1. Need to find Disc 2, or I'll just, you know, I'll figure out something for it. And then this one I'll hang on to just because I don't have it in case I want to replay the trilogy. It's a Black Label version of it anyway, and that is Siphon Filter 3. So that's not bad. Very cool finds. And then there's one in here I already put in a 4-slot DVD case that I had, and it has all 4 discs, and that is Final Fantasy VIII. And it's got disc 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4. So very, very cool that those were in there with the binder. That was a very awesome find. Very cool to get all that stuff with the PS2. He let us pick out, he said, if you want the PS2, I'll sell it to you with 10 games for $30, which is what his original price was. But then he said, then I picked out that binder, and I said, how much would you do with the PS2 and this binder of games? And since there was 20 in there, including the, you know, the game discs, the Game Shark discs and stuff, he said, I'll take 40 for everything. And that was a great price. Very, very exciting. That was a pretty good find, especially with the very rare memory card. There were some discs in there that I'm keeping for sure. The extra controllers, all that good stuff. And the PS2 is in very good shape, so that was very, very cool. Oh, one more thing that was in there. Not going to do anything with it. It's most likely it's not going to play it. Very great movie, but this was at the end of the binder, but that is The Day After Tomorrow. Very nice movie. The disc is completely destroyed. I might just end up tossing it out, but anyway. It's not worth anything, guys. It's broken. It's, you know, I could, if I were to get that resurfaced, I could just buy the whole movie for the price it costs to get it resurfaced. So, I might just toss it out. But anyway, there's that. Alright, and then after that guy, I think this was, you know, towards the end of the day when we're about ready to kind of get going. I found this one lady, and she had 2 PS2 games laying on her table. It's the only gaming stuff she had. But, you know, pretty good shape games. But we got God of War 2. This is the one I was telling you about. It's a Black Label copy. It's got the game disc there and the bonus disc, both in very nice shape. But it's got God of War 1 manual in there. So unfortunately, it's kind of, I guess you could say, incomplete. Still got the manual, but it's not the right manual. But whatever, it's not too big a deal. Then you got Grand Theft Auto 3. Very nice condition as well. That one is complete. It's also got the poster in there, so that's very nice. And what was inside this, I put it in a CD case already so I wouldn't ruin it, and that is NFL Street 2. Very nice copy, pretty good disc, I guess you could say, for being a disc only and shoved in with another game. But all 3 of those games, she was asking $10 for the 2, which she only presumed 2. I don't think she realized that the NFL Street 2 is in there. But she just said $10 for the 2, but I talked her down to 8. So in the end, I guess you could say I paid $8 for 3 games, which is not too bad. So very, very cool. Very happy to find those. Alright, 2 more things, and then that's going to be called it a day, guys. Alright, this guy, this was more towards the beginning of our second round. He had this, and I'm pretty sure these were the same people that I bought the TurboGrafx 16 from, the last video I showed you of the flea market, and the Castlevania for N64. Very, very nice prices on their game stuff. Very, very cool. And this was a very good find. And we've got here an original Xbox. Very, very clean now that I, you know, cleaned it up and everything, but it's not too bad at all. Not very, you know, damaged or anything. And it runs okay. It's got, you know, I guess you could say it's pretty good, I guess. I don't think I had any problems with it, really. It's, I mean, it had a struggle with one of the games I tried testing on it, but other than that, it was okay. But it didn't come with any cords or controllers or anything, just the unit. The tray works, you know, very nicely. I mean, you don't have to stick the pin in the hole or anything. I mean, it opens on its own, so that's very good. And what was inside it, which me and Tyler almost freaked out about, we nearly, you know, just, you know, called it quits for the day, just how excited we were from seeing this. Unfortunately, it does not work. I kind of wish it did, because this is a very pricey game on Xbox. But it's got many, many scratches and dents in the disc. I don't know how that happens, but inside it. This is just a bonus find, but we have Star Wars Battlefront 2, guys. Unfortunately, this does not work. That was a big bummer, but that would have been a big bonus if this would have worked. But anyways, I can't really do anything with it because it's dented, so you can't really buff out a dent. That doesn't work, so it's pretty much a useless disc. But anyways, I paid $5 for the Xbox, so I cannot complain at all at that price. Plus, I have a buddy of mine now. Well, I guess I can call him a buddy. His name's Dan. I sold one Xbox on Craigslist before, and he told me he does this for a living. He buys Xboxes, he cleans them, he mods them, he does everything that you could possibly do with an Xbox, and he sells them off that way. So I told him, if you're interested, every time I find an Xbox, you want to buy it from me, you can do that. You can offer me a price on them or whatever. And so I have him as a contact now. And so every time I find Xboxes, I'll let him know, and I'll see if he wants it or not, and he'll buy them from me. So I just sold him one yesterday, as a matter of fact, for $30, which is an incredible profit for me, because I don't pay too much for them, but he's willing to pay that much for them just because of how much money he can make after he mods them and sells them. So very, very cool. Alright, and then the last thing here, I have to have Tyler slide over because there was so much stuff on the floor that was kind of covering it. So anyways, what we have here, this was not the last find of the day, but it was kind of towards the end of the day anyway. But we have another Xbox here. Very nice shape. This one's a little bit better condition than the first one I just showed you. But very, very clean after I cleaned it up and everything. But that was very cool to find. But it came with one of the big boy controllers, the Duke controller. It has the breakaway cable on it. Unfortunately, this controller does not work. It has a splice in the cord, but the breakaway still works. So, because I tested it with another controller that I had, so at least the breakaway is still good. But there's the controller, and for some reason it came with 2 power cords. I'm not sure why. He also threw in like a power brick for a laptop or something. It was kind of odd, and also like a USB splitter. And it was kind of weird. The USB splitter didn't work, but whatever. But that, he just had a big bucket of cords they threw in with it, just because he was just trying to get rid of a bunch of stuff, I think. But then it also had the AV cords, which was very nice. But since that Xbox came with 2 power cords, I can put one with the one that didn't come with anything. And then the last thing that came with that console was inside, and that is a copy of Batman Begins. Very nice disc. Doesn't look too damaged at all, and that does, look like it will work just fine. I think I didn't test it just because it's a really nice looking disc, so, but I'm sure that should play just fine. But anyways, very nice find. He was asking 15 for it, but I got him to do 13. I asked if he'd take 10. He said I'll go 13. I was like, all right, sure. I'll give you 13 for it. So, anyways, not a bad deal for a complete Xbox. I'll tell you that much. So, besides the broken controller, but anyway. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, telling your friends. Really helps us out. We really like seeing you guys coming back each week, seeing what we have found so we can present it to you guys. It's awesome to be able to, share our experiences, our finds, our excitement with you guys, because it's just awesome. And I love seeing you guys coming back each week, and you're bringing friends with, which is awesome. At least it's getting out there more that we're, doing, pretty cool things. We're getting more views, more subscribers and stuff, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. That's incredible. I never thought it would grow. I never thought you guys would be as interested in this stuff as you are, so that's just really, really cool. Cannot thank you guys enough for that, and it makes, it just gives me more of a, want to go out and get the stuff, because I'm not just doing it for myself and him, it's doing it for you guys as well. So, anyways, thank you guys. Happy game hunting. It's out there. You guys go out there and get that stuff. It's that time of year, especially. Games are just, popping up all over the place. I'm sure you guys can find stuff. It's not... If you just, take your time and look for stuff, you will find it. That's just one thing I can guarantee you. It's just a matter of finding it and just time and patience. That's all it takes. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Happy gaming as always, and I'll see you guys later. See you next time.
Bye guys.